The Porsche 911 is a sports car icon, but picking the best 911 isn't easy because there are more than 20 different variants, from the entry-level Carrera all the way up to the Turbo S Cabriolet. But I think I have found the best one. Meet the 911 GT3 RS. It is based on the already impressive 911 GT3, but the addition of those two extra letters elevates the car to a whole new level of performance and enjoyment. That's because the RS badge means it is devoid of any unnecessary luxury, but loaded with countless parts to make it go fast. Compared to the GT3, it is lighter, wider, and more powerful. The aerodynamics have been reworked to provide even more downforce, 325 kilograms at 300 kilometers an hour. And enough cooling for the brakes, tyres and engine. It is part road car, part track weapon. The GT3 RS really is the closest thing you can get to a Carrera Cup racing car with number plates. If you want to understand the level of attention to detail that Porsche went into when developing the GT3 RS, look no further than the roof. In order to save weight, it is made from magnesium instead of the aluminium lid on the regular GT3. The metal is sourced from South Korea before it is shipped to Canada, where it is pressed into shape and then sent to the US for a final process. Only then is it sent to Germany, where the car is built. That's 4 countries to save just 1.1 kilograms. And if that's not enough, even the badges have been removed and replaced with stickers. There are more exotic lightweight materials used in the engine as well. The new 4-litre flat 6 features a new crankshaft made from the same rare high-strength steel used in the company's Le Mans winning 919 race car. It also gets titanium conrods, new aluminium cylinder heads, new valve train, a revised dry sump lubrication system, and a heavily reworked induction system that effectively rams air into the engine to keep it breathing freely. The result of all those racing-inspired changes is an extra 19 kilowatts and 20 newton meters when compared to the regular GT3. Now those figures mean the GT3 RS isn't the most powerful sports car in the world, but it doesn't feel like it from behind the wheel. It feels phenomenally quick. Even though it's only got 460 newton meters, the pulling power is relentless. It just builds speed with so much ease. And the noise that it makes is unreal. It revs out to over 8,000 RPM. And when you get up there, it is quite frankly screaming its head off in the most brilliant way. It sounds like a Carrera Cup race car. It's awesome. Let's have a listen to it. So good. Porsche claims the RS will do the 0 to 100 sprint in 3.3 seconds and run the quarter mile in 11.2. And given our history with Porsche and their figures, I don't doubt that for a second. In fact, it feels even faster. One of the big controversies with this generation of GT3 is the decision to ditch the old 3-pedal manual for this PDK dual clutch auto. Now quite frankly, I don't care. This gearbox is so good. It's awesome around town, but when you get out here on the open road, you just slot it over into manual, and you can use these paddle shifts or the gear selector, and it holds the gears as long as you want. It'll take it all the way out to the rev line and bounce it off the limiter if you want, because it lets you be in control, and that is what the GT3 RS is all about. Letting you have maximum engagement with this car and going as fast as you can. But the GT3 RS is as much about going fast in the corners as it is in a straight line. The tyres are Michelin Super Sport Cup. They're the same rubber on the back of this that you find on the 918 Spider supercar. And they provide nothing less than awesome grip. This thing can carry so much corner speed, it blows your mind. And yet, it's so well balanced and so predictable, it's not an intimidating car to drive. In fact, it's actually the opposite. While a lot of supercars are quite intimidating to drive, they've got so much power and they often tend to run out of grip a lot sooner than this thing does. You do feel like you're sort of constantly on a knife's edge. The GT3 RS though lets you play with it. It almost encourages you to drive quickly. It allows you to push it to what you think your limits are, but then it says, you know what, I've got a little bit more left in me, so why don't you push a bit harder? And so you do, and then it says, I've got a little bit more, and it's so on and so on. It's just so good, but it never feels like it's going to turn around and bite your head off. It's really progressive when you get it to the limit. But this car isn't perfect. For example, I don't like I don't like the cup holders. Well, look, but on a serious note, it is such a focused machine. It's all about going fast. I mean, this is the only car I've ever driven that has cruise control and a pit lane speed limiter button. But because it is so focused on performance, they've made a few sacrifices. There's a lot less sound deadening material in it, so it is a noisier ride. You can hear all the stones and stuff get flicked up under the wheel arches. But at the same time, you can actually hear a lot of the mechanical noises that the car's making. And again, you can just hear so much of the engine. It's awesome. Something else that won't be to everyone's cup of tea is the ride, which is pretty firm, but obviously it's built for a racetrack. But having said that it's firm, I would not call it harsh. It's never harsh. It's actually got a surprising amount of compliance for something that is a track weapon. You can feel the bumps, but ultimately the tyre and the suspension manages to absorb most of the big impact. I mean, while it sounds a bit stupid, I mean, this is a car that you could actually live with day to day. I mean, I'd quite happily drive this to work every day, or down to the shops, or across the country, or just anywhere anyone would ever let me drive this car. At $387,300, the GT3 RS doesn't come cheap. But with only 2,000 being built for the world, demand will comfortably outstrip supply. But that's okay, because the GT3 RS isn't the 911 for everyone, because it is so focused. But to me, that's what makes it such a great car. It is the ultimate purebred sports car. And that's why not only is it the best 911 I've ever driven, I think it's the best car I've ever driven.